Ever wonder how a dog determines who it can trust within minutes of meeting a person? A study was conducted by Isabella Marola in 2012 called "A Dog's Social Referencing Towards Owners and Strangers." The aim of this experiment was to evaluate the influence of the informant's identity on the dog's referential looking behavior and behavioral regulation when a message was delivered using only vocal and facial emotional expressions. 90 dogs participated in this study. The owners were semi-randomly assigned to one of 4 groups balancing for sex and age. 26 dogs were tested with the owner conveying a positive emotional message towards the object, and 18 were tested with the owner conveying a negative emotional message towards the object. The remaining 46 dogs were tested with the same female stranger acting as the informant. 21 of these dogs witnessed a positive emotional message and 25 witnessed a negative emotional message. The test lasted 50 seconds and was divided into 2 phases lasting 25 seconds each. The test phases were identical for all groups. Phase 1. The informant entered the room holding the dog by its collar and stopped at location 1. Phase 2. The experimenter turned the fan off using the remote control. The informant, whilst remaining in the same position, continued to respond to the dog every time it looked at her or him using either a happy or a fearful voice and facial expression. Out of 82 dogs, 25 approached and touched the fan during the first 25 seconds of the Phase 1 test, exhibiting a confident and positive attitude towards the stimulus. This graph represents the mean frequency of gazes directed towards the informant during Phase 1 for dogs in the positive owner, positive stranger, and negative stranger. A number of studies have reported functionally referential communication in dogs, indicating that dogs use gaze and gaze alternation as a communicative tool in a variety of situations in order to request for out-of-reach food or toys. Preliminary evidence also suggests that dogs look at their owners to monitor their reaction to a strange object. Results showed that dogs were affected by the positive versus negative message received but in different ways according to the informant's identity. When the owner acted as the informant, dogs in the positive group looked at him or her more often than dogs in the negative group and also spent more time approaching the fan in the fan zone. In sum, the current study shows that dogs look back not just to request for a desired object or food, but also to check their owner's reaction to an ambiguous object. Furthermore, it is the first study to show that dogs will modify their behavior towards an object depending on the informant's positive versus negative message. Hence, dogs use social referencing in their interactions with humans, but when confronted with a potentially scary object, their behavior towards it seems to be selective and dependent on the relationship with the informant.